So I want to jump on real quick. This is going to be a short little video. Um, I just want to talk about the SL3, just kind of a follow-up video. I've had this camera for now about 3 months, almost 4 months, um, and I have shot in various conditions. I live in Southern California. I'm primarily a portrait commercial photographer, so I do lean towards portraits. I have been using this personally to go ahead and shoot some high school sports for my son. So I've been using it for water polo and whatnot. Um, so far, so good on this camera. I think in other videos I've kind of expressed the pros and cons and what I like and dislike about this camera. Um, Spoiler alert: there's not a lot of dislikes. I really love this camera. Again, I don't mean to sound like fanboy. And again, I have a small channel. I'm not paid to say anything. If price were no option, I love all the camera brands that I've shot. I mean, obviously I bought them for a reason. I try them out. And, I love Sony. I love Canon for different reasons. But at this point in my life, in this season in my life, the Leica cameras are really speaking to me, specifically the SL and the Q3, SL3 and the Q3. So I really like the sensor that I get in both of these cameras, and yeah, the lenses that are available. The Leica lenses are pretty expensive, but the Sigma options and how good the lenses the Sigma are pumping out, I really like it. Anyway, the whole point of this I want to jump on is specifically the performance in the heat. I know there's a heat wave going on in the U.S. I think in a lot of places it's summertime, it's hot. Um, I've had Sony cameras, I've had Canon cameras. I know people talk about it. When I was shooting Sony, and I shot Sony for several years, and I did shoot in the sun, it gets just to give you an idea, it has been 90 degrees, and I've been out shooting by the pool on the hot, like white cement pool deck, and it's hot. And it's been in excess of 90 degrees. So who knows what temperature the actual pool deck was, but it's hot. Like I'm sweating. I'm sweating. It's hot. It's no joke. I'm like looking for shade whenever I can. The Sony cameras, I didn't have an issue with overheating. I didn't. Again, this was with the A7 IV, and also I had the A1, an amazing freaking camera. And I didn't have any issues. Um, with Canon, the R5 specifically, I never had issues when I was shooting normal. The only times I ever had overheating issues was doing both stills and then shooting 4K 60 on the pool deck. Right when I would get to like around halftime in the first game, which would be like 30 minutes in. And then again, this is shooting for a little bit, turning it off, shooting for a little bit, and turning it off. I would start getting that red flashing icon, and it never like shut down on me because right when I saw that, I knew like, okay, let's take it easy, let's turn it off each time, let's pull pull the screen back to allow the heat to kind of dissipate. So I did that, and it never actually shut down on me, and I was still able to shoot. I never had to like wait for it or anything like that, but I did get the warning. Um, on this SL3, one of the reasons I do like this is peace of mind. This thing has better weather sealing than any other camera, including the Canon R3s, and anything out there, professional grade cameras. This has better weather sealing. And I saw some comments on some other channel about some guy having issues with the SL3 overheating in 80-degree heat. I'm shooting. I was out in the desert, okay, like Palm Springs area. There was a couple of water polo games I was out there shooting. I'm shooting 4K 60, plus I'm shooting high speed. So pretty taxing tasks, taxing tasks for a camera at that kind of heat and at that temperature. I never, if there is a warning light, I never saw one. on this camera. The thing never gave me an alert that was going to overheat, that it was close to overheating, and it never stopped working on me. It just kept on plugging away, no issues. And I mean, it was so hot that because this is like an all metal body, it the camera felt hot. And you know what else? The Sigma, the 70 to 200 lens that I was shooting with, the lens felt hot because it's black and it was just absorbing that heat. It felt hot. And so everything felt hot. I tried to put it in the shades in between games, but I never even I never even had to pull the screen out when I've been shooting. And now I think we've been going on about a month worth of summer league water polo games, and that's about 3 a week. And the temperature has never gotten below 80. And I would say at least half of the time the temperature has been in excess of 90, and about a quarter of the time in excess of 100. So that's just me, my real world experience. I'm shooting 4K 60 video and then just switching back over and doing, again, it's not high frames per second. I'm doing 4 to 6 frames per second. I think I was kind of sampling between both, and I'm still not deciding what's working best for me on that. Still kind of fine tuning that. So take that for what it's worth. Just a short video. I gotta get ready. I got another shoot to go to in a little bit, but I just wanted to jump on, and just because I was reading that and I was like, I don't know what to say. It's tough out there. One of the reasons I put this video out there is because when you're shopping around and you're shopping around, it's your hard-earned money. It's money that you work hard for, you save up for, and you're trying to make the best buying decision. And it's tough. It's tough. So I just want to give you my real world experience, because I see a lot of this stuff. And I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that kind of gets more likes and that you see more is like the bad stuff and the negative stuff. And I'm not all saying positive stuff. Like, hey, like, I think I've already talked about it before. Like, there's no perfect camera. But the one thing you can't really complain about, and I really found it shocking, was really just kind of irking me, is the build quality and how this thing holds up in the elements. This holds up in the elements. I can't speak for cold because of where I live, but in terms of the heat, and again, there may be another factor where it's humidity. I don't know. That's a whole other element. Like, if I used to live in Miami, so that's a whole different element. But just straight burning, searing heat, like in excess of 100 degrees, desert heat, no problem. That's all I can say. Okay. All right. So I just got a text over there. I got to get going. But all right. That's all I wanted to say. So hopefully that's helpful for what it's worth. All right. Thanks.